Welcome to the breakdown, everyone. My man OC is doing well. We are going to hold it down for him with these massive highlights from Week 17, which featured football all across the holidays. Now, there was a possibility that every playoff team could be decided this week. But you know, in the NFL, nothing is that simple. So let's start with a game featuring a team who had to win to stay in the hunt. The Baltimore Ravens were without Lamar Action Jackson, and they had to beat the Green Bay Packers, who were a team starting their backup quarterback, Malik Willis.
Henry up the gut. Henry, second effort, into the end zone. Touchdown. And now back-to-back penalties makes it first down and 20 from the 39. Willis, another dart, another catch. It's Watson for the touchdown. Willis, 2 strikes, and right back at you. Green Bay has life at home. Ricard is in. Henry has the football. Henry has the touchdown. His 14th touchdown of the season and his 32nd multi-touchdown game of his career. Oh, that is another bad snap. It's taken in by the Ravens. Baltimore's right there with Mike Green to jump on it. Already 6 different receivers for Malik Willis, who's 8 for 8 for 133 yards and a touchdown. And he'll keep it here, running himself with space to move. Touchdown! Malik gets shifty, and the Packers are within a score. Baltimore just trying to stay alive for playoff consideration. Pitch it, Henry. Henry's going to get his 3rd. Touchdown, Baltimore. It's a first-half hat trick for the King. Willis pulls. Willis runs. Willis scores. Touchdown, Green Bay. From the 29, pitch it to him. Good block by Ricard. Henry gets to the outside. Here's the speed by Henry. Down the sideline, he's tripped up. Huntley looking towards the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown. Zay Flowers. Baltimore extends the lead in the 4th.
This is a great throw by Huntley because Green Bay got a free rusher. There's a free rusher coming from the right.
2nd down and 10 for Clayton Tune. They'll throw it, and it's through the hands and picked off with one hand available to him. Marlon Humphrey has the takeaway for the Ravens. Derrick Henry with a hole. Derrick Henry, touchdown. His 4th of the night. King Henry rules all in Green Bay.
Tonight was just really fun. Just like Coach said, I did the prayer before the game, and I just talked about guys just playing free and trusting and believing in each other. Now, we've been through a lot this season. There's no shying away from that. We know what we need to do to be able to still give ourselves a chance, and that's just playing for each other and understanding that the Lord's gonna be there with us regardless, and He's been there with us this whole time.
That was a huge win for the Ravens, but winning in Green Bay didn't totally save them from elimination in Week 17. The Pittsburgh Steelers had a chance to win the AFC North and knock the Ravens out if they could beat the Cleveland Browns.
We got 2:16 for Pittsburgh and 4:12 for Cleveland. Second possession starts with Sanders looking down the field. Beautiful strike to Tillman. Had a big gain for Cleveland. Trying to add to a field goal on their first series. Here's a 2nd and 8. This pass to Fannin. He caught it, and he rolls in untouched. Harold Fannin Jr. On 3rd and 1, lined up on the near side is Myles Garrett. And here they go with Hayward. Look at Connor Hayward racing down the sideline. First down with 5 minutes to go in the half. Pressure, tip, pick, Sawyer. Knocked down and saved by Jenkins. comes Garrett. They pick him off, and the pass is incomplete.
If he decides to hold this ball and not throw it away, that's a sack.
It was going right there.
That was the record.
Yep. On 2nd and 10. Rodgers down the middle. Oh, it's caught! It's caught! Freiermuth has it to the Cleveland 20-yard line.
Does he trust it?
They chip on Garrett. They go to the end zone, and it's not there. They went to Valdez-Scantling, and now you're down to 4th. 3 on the play clock. Rodgers out of the gun, looking to the end zone, and it is incomplete! Incomplete and no flag! The Browns have pulled off the upset.
You surprised your team played like you did with so much on one?
You know, I didn't think we played poorly. We just didn't make enough plays. I thought they played well. I thought the game was kind of unfolding in the way that you would anticipate, but we never made that signature play that kind of got us over the hump.
Like, how much did not having DK affect the passing game?
It was an impact, but we certainly got capable men, and we expect those guys to make necessary plays, and we certainly didn't make enough today.
Now, Mike Tomlin said his team didn't play badly, but I'll tell you somebody that did, and that was the Green Bay Packers defense, because this man, King Henry, played bully ball all day. Let's break it down. I need you to understand something, right? Otis, what formation is this called?
I formation.
This is the first formation you learn in football. This is straight bully ball, meaning if you can't stop when they run the ball out of this formation, they're just going to do it over and over and over again. And that's exactly what happened. Let's play this clip. Look at King Henry back there getting the ball. Everything's blocked up. And oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What am I oh my goshing about? Now look at this. The safety, number 20, come down here right here and just whiff. He didn't want any part of that because he's coming downhill. He's unblocked, and Derrick Henry is a straight bully. I'm looking at Otis right now because he needs to understand this is bully ball. What formation are we again, Otis?
We're in the I form.
They're going to do this over and over again because this is straight bully ball. Look at Derrick Henry in the I formation now. Watch this. They can't block everybody. So you have your big physical running back, and you want to get him matched up one-on-one with this corner. Let it play again, and that's exactly what happened. Look at number 24 come up, and he doesn't want any smoke. He's trying to knock down the straight arm, and he gets double punched. Look at this. This is trying to knock down the jab, and it just jabs you in the mouth. Look at this. The timing is off. He's trying to knock it down. Nah, I don't want it. And it's straight bully ball because that's exactly what they did over and over again. Now, you've been bullied all game. Look at this. You're in the 4th quarter, right? In the 4th quarter, ask me what happens, Otis.
What does happen?
You get tired in the 4th quarter when they've been running at you over and over and over again. And what happens when you're tired? Ask me, Otis.
What happens when you're tired?
You don't get off blocks. Now look at this. Everything is going to be blocked up. Derrick Henry with the ball. Look at this. Everybody, a hat on a hat. That's why he has this explosive run. This is why you run the ball over and over again. You're trying to wear your opponent out. You're trying to dictate the physical nature of the game, and that's exactly what they did. Look at Derrick Henry. Everything blocked up, hits the sideline. This is their identity, bully ball. Now, when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, they had an opportunity to win late in the game, but their star receiver, DK Metcalf, was not in the game. And usually he's the bully. And this is what he does. And when they have success, especially in the red area with Aaron Rodgers, you see him one-on-one up top. Aaron Rodgers sees that, and he goes and he identifies and attacks. That's why he was needed in the game. All right, well, look at this. All this. You have an opportunity to win against the Cleveland Browns, trying to throw the ball upstate. Look at this. Oh, my God. This isn't DK Metcalf against Denzel Ward, who's arguably one of the best corners in the game. That's not going to happen. But if he would have had his top receiver, maybe he would have had a chance. All in all, King Henry remains on his throne because he dominated in that game. Otis, when you play bully ball against a bully, you might get bullied. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
Didn't make much sense to me, but I'm glad it did to you. All right, we got a good one. This is between two teams still chasing the #1 seed in the NFC, the Chicago Bears versus the San Francisco 49ers.
Season-high 48 points Monday night against Indianapolis. Purdy to the air right away. They jumped around. It's picked off. The Bears have it. T.J. Edwards inside the 10 to the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago on the opening play. First and goal from the 1. Purdy
Touchdown.
Launching to the end zone for the touchdown by Tonjes. What a response from San Francisco. He's got it to add to the running yard total here. McCaffrey first down, sideline. McCaffrey's longest run of the year. All the way down to the 23-yard line. Purdy on the boots, got space. Gonna take off inside the 5. Purdy into the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. So to the 35-yard line it goes. And a first down for the Bears. And Williams to the air one more time, sending it downfield to the end zone for Burden. He's got it. Touchdown, Chicago. Luther Burden just told you about his ability. First and goal, use check in motion, leading the way from McCaffrey to the edge, to the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. CMC TD. Theo Benedict, the extra offensive lineman, moved. Free play for Williams as the flag is down, so Caleb looking to launch, goes towards the end zone. Touchdown, Colston Loveland. So it was a free play. Williams taking advantage of it. And if the flag is on the Niners, we're an extra point from a tie game.
Offside. Defense number 93. Our penalties decline. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Second and goal. Purdy keeping. And he scores again. Third and goal. DeAndre Swift to the edge. Cuts it inside for the touchdown. Jonah Jackson was out there blocking. Swift takes it inside. An extra point away from a tie game. Had to go quick with the play clock running down. He did. It's a boot. Purdy pulling back, stepping forward, throwing on the run. Touchdown! What a play, Purdy! Use check on the business end. You deserve to dance. And some of the lights off for the music performance between quarters. We're now at full light as Swift gets up to full speed and scores a touchdown. Use check in motion. Still Purdy with a clean pocket. It's complete. It's Jawan Jennings to the pylon. Touchdown! The Niners take the lead.
And there it goes. Unbelievable. Kyle Shanahan saw it.
Burden and Walker, the receivers, top of the screen. Burden in motion. Here comes some pressure. It's out. George Burden stops on a dime. Turns forward for the first down. What a run by Burden. And Williams looking. He throws. It's caught. It's Loveland inside the 15. Walker and DJ Moore top of the screen. Tight ends to the bottom. Second and 10. Williams goes underneath. It's a little pitch. It's Swift. He's got the first down, but he's short, and there's 13 seconds left. 4 seconds left. Second and goal. Here is Williams. He's got to throw it to the end zone. Clock has expired. Williams keeps the play alive. He's looking. He's got to get rid of it. Retreating. He throws. Incomplete. It's over, and the Niners have won.
I thought Brock had a hell of a game again. Brock's been playing his ass off. Made some huge plays in this game. Kept some drives alive with his legs, made some off-schedule plays, and was an assassin out there throughout the whole day.
You've seen Brock play some really good games over the years, but have you seen a stretch like this? Is this as good as he's ever been right now?
I don't know. I'm not the best historian. I feel like he's had some good stretches. I mean, especially going back in 23 and 22. But I mean, he's playing as good as it gets right now. So.
Now I hear you, Kyle Shanahan. Your guy Brock Purdy was balling, but so was he. Caleb Williams was on fire. And this was the first game in NFL history where the teams were tied at 7-7, 14-14, 21-21, 28-28, and 35-35. And let's break down some of the key moments and plays in the game. This is fantastic. Okay, Otis and everyone at home, you're going to love this. Look at Caleb Williams back here. Let the play go right here. Just play it through. But I want you to look at my man Caleb Williams' footwork on this. Look at how he doesn't even have to step in the throw. Most guys have to step in the throw. He's just got all the arm talent. Luther Burt with the catch. But there's always more that meets the eye, especially in Ben Johnson's offense. Now, look at this route combination. I want you to freeze it right at the top. Right there. Oh my gosh, Otis, you're getting good. Have you been practicing? I can tell. Now, look at this route combination right before he throws, you're going to bring your tight end over here. Why? Because this safety, he's in quarters coverage, so he has this area. But this makes him a little nosy. So he vacates that zone, and then you have a double post route against these two defenders back here, which puts a lot of pressure on this safety. So now you can run away from the leverage because of this route, and look where he delivered the ball, right over the shoulder. Now, Brock Purdy is the man because of several reasons. One of it is because of the way he performs in the goal line area. Now look at this design run. This is a lot more going on in this than it looks. A lot more nuance. Great run. Purdy's like, I hear you, I hear you, I hear you too, bro, but I see you. And let me tell you what I see. In this design run now, Purdy is keying the end man on the line because he is either going to hand it off or run it right here.
Shouldn't he hand that off, J-Bo?
Otis, sometimes I like when you disturb me in my flow because it looks like he should have. But this is the minutia, the detail. What am I talking about? He's looking at the end man on the line and he sees his weight distribution because right now he's in a position to maybe play and defend Purdy. But his weight distribution is telling him, I'm going that way, and look where he goes, and Purdy takes advantage of that. So it's the knowledge Purdy has on biomechanics. That's a word we can't spell. Maybe you can, Otis, but I don't mess around like that. Caleb Williams, do you have an answer to that? And do you have an answer to that in the running game? And I think you do. Let this play. Look at this. You bring a motion in right here, and boom. Swift, looking swift in the hole, making it happen. Explosive runs. But I told you, there's always more that meets the eye. Stop this right here. Ben Johnson is an unbelievable play designer. So is Kyle Shanahan. This is why I love this game so much. But you got to have players that do the dirty work. What do I mean? Otis, you will love this because receivers that will block, get rewarded. Look at number 2, DJ Moore, coming out here, digging this out. Look at how he washes the defender down here and gives this clear lane right here for Swift to take advantage. If you got receivers that can block like that, you can have explosive runs. Otis, can you block?
I'm too pretty, J-Bo.
Oh my God, you're gonna, man, we're gonna take that out the clip. Just take that out. Otis is getting out of control now. Too pretty to block. All right, you know who's too pretty? It ain't Purdy. Watch him down here at the goal line area. I told you I love what he can do with the ball. Boots out right here. It's the movement that sets this up. Look at him extending the play, setting up his feet. Touchdown, right? Use check. One of the best fullbacks in the game. But this is the key. Now look at this. I want you to freeze it right here. Okay, he comes out of the bootleg, right? Everything is covered up. This defender right here, if he throws it here, can react and make this play. In the back, that's a small window. He can sink there, he's in there. You got people coming inside and out. This isn't a clear picture. So what do you have to do? You have to extend the play. Pump fakes, moves around. Now, right here, all that movement, what has happened? The coverage is broke down. Look at these two defenders. They have to make a business decision. What do I mean? Do I stay here and cover grass, or do I move forward because Purdy will run into the end zone? So they're going to start to converge on him. As soon as that happens, what does he do? Throws right behind him. It's his movement. If you're in the red zone, it's a condensed area. So to make it open up, to extend plays, you got to have a quarterback that can run the ball. It's hard for the defense. If your quarterback's a threat in the red area, you can have plays like this. These two quarterbacks were superb. What an exciting game. I loved every second of it. Otis, did you like the game?
I loved the game.
Good. Don't be making them comments about being pretty anymore. Osi would be upset. All right. Before we get into no huddle, I have a question. Spell biomechanics.
Me?
Yes, you.
BIOMECHANICS.
I don't know if it's right, but the people at home do. Critique and let us know in the comments below. And let's check out some more teams who we know will be competing in the playoffs in January, starting with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Buffalo Bills. On a raining evening in Buffalo, the Eagles led 13 at halftime after Jalen Hurts hit Dallas Goedert for a touchdown. But Josh Allen always comes back, and the Bills were rolling in the fourth quarter with this trick play on fourth down. Look at this, and it was followed by a 36-yard bomb to Brandon Cooks. Oh my gosh, that's a blast from the past. And Josh Allen scored on a tush push to make the score 13-12 with 5 seconds remaining, and the Bills went for the win with a 2-point conversion attempt Allen then threw towards Khalil Shakir in the end zone, but pulled the ball a little too far out of his reach. The Eagles hold on for a big win on the road. Eagles 13 to the Bills 12. What a game. A loss in Buffalo mean the Patriots would win the AFC East with a win against the Jets. And of course, they beat the Jets. The New England Patriots are still in hunt for the #1 seed in the AFC, and Drake May continues to hunt for those MVP votes. His stat line against the Jets, read, is this: 19 for 21 for 256 yards and 5 touchdowns. He hit 5 different receivers for touchdowns, including my man Efton Chisholm. You didn't know I knew how to say that, did you? Yes, I do. As the Jets concede an average of 38 points per game across their last 4, and they have plenty of questions heading into the offseasons. The Patriots, 42 on the Jets 10. Jacksonville moved to 12-4 by beating the Indianapolis Colts in Indy. Phillip Rivers had his high school players and coaches out in attendance, and this will likely, maybe, be his final game. And Trevor Lawrence continued his excellence as he threw for 263 yards and scored 2 rushing TDs. But Rivers had to represent with all of his team out there, and he signed off with his 425th touchdown of his career to Mo Alley Cox. The Jaguars 23 to the Colts 17. Shout out to Phillip Rivers. And shout out to the Jags for winning 7 in a row, but the Texans still have a chance to win the AFC South after pulling off their 8th straight win. Yes, 8 in a row. They beat the Los Angeles Chargers on Saturday, with both teams heading for the playoffs. Houston got off to a perfect start when C.J. Stroud connected with Jaden Higgins for a 75-yard catch and run, and they led the whole way to win this one 20-16 in L.A. And finally, the Denver Broncos celebrated Christmas with a win against the Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium. Bo Nix ran for a touchdown and threw for 1 as the Broncos improved to 13-3 and won the AFC West for the first time since 2015. That was the year they last won the Super Bowl. Things might be looking good for them. As for Kansas City, the cameras were staying close to Travis Kelce on what could be his final home game for the Chiefs. If he does retire, he'll finish with 3 Super Bowls and as a 4-time All-Pro with nearly 13,000 receiving yards. What a career. The Broncos 20, the Chiefs 13. Now, shout out to Travis Kelce. What a career. And if he does retire, just remember this: the more time you have on your hands and spend at home, the more things they will find for you to do as a man who is about to get married. All right, anyways, it's time to look at another division that was still very much up for grabs in Week 17, the NFC South. Tampa Bay Buccaneers started this season fast at 5-1, but they have fallen behind the Carolina Panthers since then, and they face elimination this week if they lost on the road to the Miami Dolphins. Who could do that?
Second down and 13. Mayfield over the middle. It's a diving McMillan. 3rd down and 4. Mayfield throws. Nice. End zone. Touchdown. Ewers throws on 3rd and 8. It is caught and will be taken all the way by Theo Weiss Jr. 63 yards. Hands it off to Wright, who found a big hole inside the 15. And Winfield drags him out of bounds. 2nd down and 11. Mayfield firing downfield. And it is picked off. Pass was intended for McMillan. And it's brought back by Marshall. And now Ewers throws, end zone, touchdown. It's Dulcich. Evans gained 11. And now Mayfield's pass is picked off. That's the 2nd turnover today. It's Davis. Irving in the backfield, 4th and 1. Pass is complete, and it's a 1st down for Godwin. 2nd down and 3. Mayfield hit from behind, ball came loose. It was Bradley Chubb. Pass complete, Godwin. And Godwin is out across the 40, midfield. And finally chased down from behind. First and goal from the Dolphins 4. Mayfield throws, end zone, touchdown, Evans. Bucks hoping for some McLaughlin magic. And it is recovered by the Dolphins.
Offensively, it comes back to execution. You know, we obviously gave ourselves a fighting chance right there, but yeah, didn't do enough, and yeah, those turnovers obviously crushed us. So got to come back, and here's the thing: we're still have a chance next week. Listen, to have a chance at home to get into the playoffs and win the division, wouldn't have it any other way. And obviously, the things leading up to it, yeah, we'd love to change them, but still have a chance playing for the division at home. And I'll get this group ready.
There can't be more urgency, right? You're literally out of bullets now, right?
Out of bullets, out of lives. And that's all right with me.
So this defeat for Tampa meant that the door was open for Carolina to win the division if they could get a win at home against the Seattle Seahawks. But that wasn't going to be easy, as the Seahawks started the week knowing 2 more wins would be enough for them to earn the #1 seed in the NFC.
In Carolina territory on a 2nd and 8 for Charbonnet. Oh, what a cut by Charbonnet! The acceleration, the stiff arm. Darnold looks that way. Darnold will throw it, take a shot, end zone, intercepted, over the shoulder for the former Seahawk, Mike Jackson. And Carolina takes over on a handoff to Hubbard. Tries to redirect, loses the football, and Seattle's got it. Seahawks are running with it. Lawrence takes it in for the touchdown.
After review, it is confirmed as a fumble and a recovery by Carolina. However, that recovering player is down by contact.
Obviously, he misspoke. He means Seattle.
Charbonnet shifts to the other side. Darnold is going to step up. He's going to throw underneath. Catch by Barner. Barner brought down inside the 5. Handed Charbonnet. The power of Charbonnet to the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. 73 yards of offense for Carolina today. This is a 3rd and 3. Drives it downfield. Intercepted. The pick made by Love. And Julian Love running down the sideline. Go with a traditional fullback running back look. And Darnold's going to throw it. Hits his open man. It's Barner cutting it for the touchdown. Pistol formation here for Carolina. Fake the handoff. Young is going to run it himself and take it in. Touchdown, Panthers. Line it up at the 30. Single setback, Walker. Fake the handoff. Bootleg for Darnold. Looking downfield. Darnold. Perfectly placed. Smith and Jigba. A win, and they'll tie a franchise record with 13 regular season victories. Did that in 05 and 13. Handoff. Charbonnet rips through for the touchdown. Huge day for Zach Charbonnet.
Now, both teams in the NFC South lost. So it could all come down to next week to see who's in the playoffs. But before I get into that, I would like to evaluate things that I look at from a person in the media. Now, Otis, if your quarterback threw 2 interceptions, would you want him to look like this or be all suave in the interview?
I don't want him pretty. I want him looking rugged.
And that is exactly why he's looking at you. He's letting you know that I let you down. That is exactly why there is an opportunity for them to make it to the playoffs. Because no matter what happens, Baker Mayfield understands he's speaking to his team in the press conference. And right here, I mean, you're missing half your face paint. I mean, you're over here looking disheveled. Your hair's all over the place. That's a guy I would like to play with, just not today. when he lost those games. Let's break down these clips. Now, we talked about Baker Money Mayfield's day, and it was a struggle. And now I want you to look at this play right here. Let it play out. Baker Money Mayfield trying to make it happen, trying to extend the play, trying to take a shot down the field. Oh, underthrown number 33, Marshall. I'm going to say Marshall's name because he's number 33 and he got the interception. But let this play out. I want you to look at this. Take this back. Let's go from the beginning. And I want you to follow number 33. Let's get him right here. Okay, he's down here disguising. It looks like you got just a cover. You're not even sure what this look is, right? Baker Money Mayfield. As the play extends, he's disguising, he goes back, and this ends up being what we call cover two, inverted cover two. So these two guys got the half. He has this middle kind of area. Now, this route combination, he's let it play. This is supposed to beat this coverage because this guy's down here, but he underthrew it. Baker Mayfield just underthrew the ball. Great concept. He identified it late. He underthrew the ball. That's exactly what happened. All right, Baker, you're back up at bat. Can you make it happen? We already knew he threw 2 interceptions, so here is the second one. Baker Money Mayfield, of course, is going to be a disguise. Let it play so we can break this down. Look at number 21. All right, you're going to let this play. He's going to throw it. Oh, no, Baker, who was that to? Number 21, Davis getting the interception. Oh, right, look at him right here. He's down here disguising. What happens at the snap of the ball? We're going to look at this. This becomes cover 3, right? Stop it right there. At this point, he can see the movement. He goes down, it's cover 3. He's thinking, this guy can't get back in time to help my receiver, so I'm going to throw it to the inside because of his body language. Take it back a little bit forward here, Otis. I want you to see. He's looking, take it all the way back to about here. This is really cool. Baker knew what he was doing. He's looking at his body language. He's thinking if he's running this way, he can't flip back there, but he understands that by looking at his head, flips around. So as soon as he throws it, Baker Mayfield is just late on the throw. Let it go through right now. He's just late, man. I mean, he's trying to make the best decisions, but he's just inaccurate with the ball. It was one of those days, but I love the disguise by the Dolphins all game, and they made the play. Baker Mayfield, you got to be better next week if you want to put your team in the playoffs. Baker, lift up that chin. Take that chin, lift it up. Because remember, there's one thing that's happening. You're playing the Carolina Panthers. You're playing the Carolina Panthers. Now, the Carolina Panthers always bounce back. They're week to week. They lost 2, so they should win. But, Baker Money Mayfield, I got my money on you. Lift up that chin. You're not a great team, but you're a great competitor. Man, it'll be a battle to watch. Come on, lift that up. Otis, sometimes you just got to lift your quarterback up. You just got to lift him up. You got to make the catch. All right. Otis, man, I'm worried about him. Whew, this is cozy. But you might be wondering why I'm under this blanket. Otis.
Why are you under that?
I'm so glad you asked me because I'm hiding your Christmas gift from Osi and I. It's a signed football. There you go. Signed from me and Osi. Good catch, Otis. And now I want to give a shout out to the Seattle Seahawks who moved to 13-3 and they play the 49ers in week 18 for the number 1 seed. And we're going to round up the rest of the action starting in a game between the New York Giants and the Raiders that could be for the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. This is so cozy, Otis. You should get one of these, man. I think I can hook you up with somebody. This is quite small, though. It only covers half my body. The Las Vegas Raiders now 1 loss away from earning the first pick in the draft after they lost at home to the New York Giants. I think Vegas has already showed their intentions by shutting down their best player, Max Crosby and Brock Bowers, for the season, and the Giants ran away with this one. Jackson Dart rushed for 2 touchdowns, and Deonte Banks had a 95-yard kickoff return for another score. The Giants 34, Raiders 10. Joe Burrow and the Bengals piled up points again this week, and this time it was against the Arizona Cardinals. Jamar Chase had gone 7 games without a receiving touchdown, but he had 2 in this game, and Joe Burrow hit his 345-pound offensive tackle, Cody Ford, for a 21-yard catch. Look at the big man rumble up the field. The Cardinals remain on track for their worst ever season as a franchise. They started the season 2-0. Now they are 3-13. The Bengals put up 37 on the Cardinals 14. The Cardinals can't wait for the season to end, but the New Orleans Saints might wish it lasted a little longer. They have now won 4 straight games after Tyler Shook outdueled Cam Ward in the battle of rookie quarterbacks. Cam Ward does tend to have at least one crazy-looking play per week, however, and look at this completion on 3rd and 9. Positive signs for both teams next season. And of course, we've got to mention Charlie Smith. He hit a career-long 57-yard field goal for New Orleans as he continues to impress in the NFL. The Saints 34, the Titans 26. And finally, 2 more games from Christmas Day, starting with the Cowboys against the Commanders. Despite not making the playoffs, Dak Prescott has had one of his best career seasons, and he leads the NFL in passing yards. He had another 300-yard game and threw 2 touchdowns, including this one to Kayvon Turpin. The Cowboys 30, the Commanders 23. Despite J.J. McCarthy missing this game with an injury, the Minnesota Vikings beat the Detroit Lions to eliminate them from playoff contention. The number 1 seed in the NFC last season. It's been a very disappointing season for Dan Campbell's team, and they committed 6 turnovers this game. You can't win like this. Vikings receiver Jordan Addison reeled in a 65-yard rushing touchdown as both teams are now 8-8 on the season. The Vikings 23, the Lions 10. That was disappointing. All right, now let's check out the standings, man. Where are we at? Let's look in the AFC. We see the division leaders. We got the Broncos, the Patriots, the Jags. Man, the Steelers, they still got a game to play next week. And also on the wild card, the Texans, the Chargers, and the Bills. Let's flip it over to the NFC. The division leaders right now are the Seahawks, the Bears, the Eagles, the Panthers. But of course, they got the game with the Buccaneers in the wild card, the San Francisco 49ers, and the LA Rams, and also the Packers. But let's talk about some games that really matter. On Saturday, we talked about it. We got Carolina at Tampa Bay. That is a big one. That is a playoff game right there. Implications are high. And who doesn't want to see this battle between the Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers? Can't wait to see that 49ers offense versus that Seahawks defense. And it's time. It's a special time. It's a time for permutations. Another word I dare to spell. And I don't want to put any pressure on my people, my lovely people in the back to spell that word. But we're going to break down some of these scenarios with help from people with computer access. What would be the first scenario we want to break down?
Broncos win, the number 1 seed in the AFC.
So if the Broncos win versus the Chargers, they become the number 1 team in the AFC. They have a lot to play for at 9:25 p.m. What's next?
Broncos lose and the Patriots win. Patriots are the number 1 seed.
Oh my goodness. If the Broncos lose, the Patriots are now the number 1 seed. So there's going to be a lot of scoreboard watching right there. Give me another one.
Broncos and Patriots lose. And the Jags are the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Now for the Jags. My goodness, they got a chance for the path for the number 1 seed. If the Broncos lose and the New England Patriots lose, this is why you need help from your people. There's no way I could remember that, but major implications there. Is there anything else on the menu?
AFC North, Steelers versus Ravens.
Oh, how did I forget that? The Steelers versus the Ravens. That is going to determine who wins the AFC North. So much going on Sunday. Can't wait to watch with you. Thank you for that. That was excellent. The more you can do. Love all the help. Now, it's that time for What Have We Learned? This is all coming off the dome here, okay? All coming off the dome because my brother, OC, would want me to do it this way. First of all, we learned how to spell biomechanics. Thank you very much for that. Otis, you know what else we learned?
What did we learn, J-Ron?
If you mess up in life, if you fail at something, you want to come in looking rugged, like Baker Mayfield. You don't want to come in looking suave. You want to come in looking disheveled, like you tried, like you attempted greatness, and it just didn't work out. We will ride with that. Now, I'll be honest. I'm struggling with number 3. It's quite difficult for me to come up with something right now. But you know, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I've realized a couple of things on that. First of all, when you film the breakdown, you should wear protection. You should always wear protection. when you film the breakdown. Second, my man Otis did not like his gift. So always remember, if you're given a gift, you should wear protection. The breakdown is always something to learn. Please like and subscribe. Let us know. We love you. We miss you. Happy holidays, all that stuff. Please share it with a friend because that's what it's all about, man. We need all the algorithms to be on our side. I am continuing to talk while in pain. Happy New Year's. Love you all. I can't believe you, Otis. After all we've been through, you're going to do that.